Summertime is definitely a great time to get together with friends and family.
But you want to make sure everyone is comfortable and cared for. So in today's Well-Being, which is brought to you by Pure Barre, we talk with Vanessa Hoynes from the Alzheimer's Association, Minnesota and North Dakota. Thank you so much for being with us today, Vanessa.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to have this discussion.
It's our pleasure. So Vanessa, let's start with the association. Just let our viewers know what you guys do.
Well, we work with obviously individuals and families that are dealing with Alzheimer's, but we also work with families who are also living with all types of dementia. And so there are many different diseases that cause dementia symptoms, and so anyone who has questions or concerns about a loved one or themselves, we would love to visit with them.
And you offer some great services, even some free programs that we definitely want to mention.
Actually, everything we do is free, and so yes, we have education that we do, but we also do care consultation, meeting one-on-one with families and really helping them make plans for the future, kind of mapping out what what the future might look like for their family and what services we could probably offer, giving them great tips. In fact, we were just talking about some tips as we're getting together with individuals and how to best communicate with somebody who is living with dementia.
Yeah, so Vanessa, let's get into those tips. It's summertime, people are getting together, a lot of gatherings. And you brought some tips to us, and let's just go through them if we can.
Sure, yeah. Well, our first inkling is, well, we want to get the whole family together and we're going to have a great time, and it's important for Grandma and Grandpa to be together with all of us. And unfortunately, that can be a recipe for a lot of anxiousness for somebody living with dementia or Alzheimer's. They can be very overwhelming with all of these people together. And so instead, thinking about smaller groups, especially if you have family that live not too far apart, instead of having the entire family come together for a backyard barbecue, let's have maybe one family and then the next weekend another family, having more of those get-togethers for that social opportunity, but not so many. Because if you're having difficulty keeping track of a conversation, if you have 15 people in the room, that's hard to keep track of for any of us. And for somebody living with dementia, that can really be overwhelming. And so you're really offering more of those one-on-one opportunities so they can really visit with somebody.
You also were talking about introductions and how you can maybe help a family member when you go up and start talking with them.
Right. We think about weddings, birthdays, all those kinds of get-togethers that there will be a lot of people there. And so thinking about encouraging other guests that are going to come visit with your loved one, encouraging them to introduce themselves and even to share something that they've been involved in or something that they're doing to kind of start the conversation without asking questions of the person that is living with dementia. Really, that helps to reduce that anxiety, and it gives them an opportunity to share whatever occurs to them that they want to chime in with that conversation. Instead of saying, do you remember when we did this? Instead of saying, I really enjoyed when we did this, and that can allow them to add.
And a question I asked you during the break is, do you just roll with whatever the person suffering from Alzheimer is doing, or do you try to insert our reality?
Yeah, and that's probably one of those really difficult things, is that we're so used to, we feel like we're helping them, and so we correct people a lot of times or give them the right word. And so really it's important to go with whatever that the person living with dementia is saying. It's just not worth an argument. You're never going to win anyway. And so just joining their reality with whatever they're visiting about.
Well, I think so many people have a loved one and know exactly what you're talking about right now. And there's a way for everyone to come together in September with the Walk to End Alzheimer's happening in Bismarck.
Yes.
Tell us about why they should get involved and a little bit about that.
Right. Well, September 9th is our walk here, Walk to End Alzheimer's in Bismarck, and it's going to be at the YMCA here, so it'll be a great place to come together. And this is an opportunity to really join together, all thinking about the passion of trying to end Alzheimer's, and an opportunity to raise funds also to to continue the research that we are doing in finding treatments and finding ways to stop this horrible disease.
Well, and that's something we were also talking about is how far away do you think that is a reality?
You know, we're very hopeful. We for the first time we have 2 treatments that have been that have gone through the FDA process, and we're hoping soon to be able to have them covered by insurance. And if anybody's interested in helping to move that movement along, they can sure contact us, and we can help them with making some strides that direction too.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thanks, Vanessa. And folks, this has been Wellbeing brought to you by Pure Barre. For more information, visit alz.org/MNND for Minnesota, North Dakota. Alzheimer's Association 24/7 helpline 800-272-3900. And again, the walk to end Alzheimer's, alz.org/walk.